Today I'm going to be showing you how I used a color wheel to pick out my colors for my layering stencil. For my project today, I'm going to be using the Stencil Art Ditsy Flowers Wallpaper. This is a 7-piece layering stencil, and I like to always reference the guide that Altenew provides. I also familiarize myself with the stencils, so that way I know how they layer together and how many colors I would need to use to layer the image. I'm going to be using a color wheel today to help me pick out the colors that I need for my flowers. I need at least 3 colors for flowers, and then I will have the fourth color green for the leaves. Now, what the color wheel is going to do is tell me what colors are going to look best together. So I decided to go with a triad of colors. So that's going to be 3 colors. And I made sure that the triad didn't land on green because I already was going to incorporate that for my leaves. So I decided on this one that's going to have a teal, kind of a red violet, and then a yellow. Now, what I did is match those colors to my color swatch book, and I picked out the Sweet Dreams collection, Pocketful of Sunshine, Rose Petal, and Green Valley. I'm going to start by taking the original stamp wheel and I'm going to use that as a guide to help me layer my stencils. So I have the sticky mat in there to hold my cardstock in place. I took the first layer of the stencil and I'm making sure everything is tucked down in that bottom left-hand corner. And then I'm going to hold the stencil down with some satin masking tape. So we have a few different bunches of flowers on just this first layer of the stencil, and I'm referencing the guide that Altenew provides, and I decided to keep this centerpiece kind of a different color from the rest of them, or this top centerpiece. So I did that first one with Citrus Burst, which is the lightest color in the Pocket Full of Sunshine collection. And then I'm coming in with Aqualicious. And for both of these, I am just using a small blending brush to add the ink over the open areas of the stencil. Then I can just remove my satin masking tape, peel off the first layer of the stencil, and I'm going to bring in the second layer. Now, again, I'm using the bottom left-hand corner as a guide to make sure that all of my flowers are lined up correctly, holding that stencil down once again with the satin masking tape. And now I'm going to come in with darker shades because this is adding details over the layer that we just did. I'm going to switch to a micro blending brush to help me get into those small areas. And also, it's kind of controlling the ink. So I'm not contaminating my blue with my yellow or vice versa. So for the yellow, I added details with Honey Drizzle. And then for the teal, I am coming in with Teal Cave. And because I had a little bit more area to cover, I did switch to a mini blending brush for the teal flowers. Now I'm bringing in the next layer of the stencil. This one's going to add some flowers to the center. So this is another group of flowers, but there's also some smaller ones on the side. And those smaller ones matched the same size as the yellow ones I previously did. So I decided to make those yellow as well, starting out with that citrus burst. And then for the center flower, I'm coming in with purple wine. And this is the color that I thought matched closely to the color wheel. This is going to give me that nice red violet color that is in that triad of colors. I'm going to bring in the next layer of the stencil. This is going to add some more details to some of the flowers that we already have down. So once again, I'm bringing in the honey drizzle to go over the yellow flowers. And then I'm going to come in with Galactic Stream. So the teal flowers actually have 3 layers of color to them. The Galactic Stream is the darkest in the Sweet Dreams collection. And for these, I am using my micro blending brushes to do this. Now, for the kind of purple or the red violet flowers, I am using Cosmic Berry to add that darker centerpiece to the flowers. Now, that finishes the coloring of the flowers for the most part, except for the centers. The next stencils that we have are going to be adding the leaves. So I am starting with Firefly ink and a small blending brush to add that color, but they are also adding centers to the flowers. So for that, I decided to bring in mocha because I didn't want them to be green or a layered color over the teal. I really wanted the centers to kind of stand out a little bit. The next layer is going to add even a finer detail to the centers and also some detail to our leaves. So I'm darkening up that shade of green using Grass Field. I'll go over that with that small blending brush. And then for the center of the flowers, I am going to use espresso. So it's a really dark brown. I also think a dark gray and black would look really nice against these vibrant colors. If you wanted to add texture or even some shine, you could bring in the shimmer relief paste to those centerpieces. So that's going to finish off this layer of the stencil, and I'm going to bring in the last layer of the stencil, which is filling in the rest of that white space, which is going to be some more foliage. So I went a little darker with my green just to make that stand out a little bit more, and this is Shadow Creep. Now, once this is completely filled in, I absolutely love this color combination. But if you have a color wheel, experiment by moving your wheel and playing with different shades and different color combinations for this. Off screen, I'm going to trim this panel down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we could just call it good and add a sentiment over the top, but I decided to get 2 cards out of this. So I used a circle die from my stash. I'm centering that onto the front of the card panel, and I'm going to hold that down with a low tack tape and die cut the circle. So now what I can do is use that circle panel and also the die cut circle. So for the panel that has the circle die cut out, I want to stamp a sentiment in the background. So I have a piece of white cardstock that's cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I place that down into the sticky mat on the Stampwheel 2.0, and I'm centering up a sentiment off of the Build a Garden Alluring Orchids. I am using that die cut panel as a guide to line up my sentiment. It probably would be best to remove this before stamping down just to be on the safe side. But I stamped the sentiment down in Obsidian ink, and then there are also some smaller sentiments on that stamp set. And I decided to really fill in that circle and stamp a smaller sentiment underneath. Off screen, I did stamp a thank you sentiment onto white cardstock that I will use for my second card. I am creating two side folding card bases out of a heavyweight cardstock. So I'm scoring these at 4 1/4, and then I'll fold them in half and reinforce that fold with my bone folder. I'll then use my tape runner on the front of my card base, and the panel where I have these sentiments stamped, I'm going to add that over the top. I like to give a separation between my sentiment and also my die cut panel. So I am just flipping over my stencil panel, and I'm going to add some foam tape behind that. Then I'll remove the backing of the foam tape, and I'm going to place this over the top of my card front. In looking back, I think I am a little off center with my sentiment and the open space of my die cut panel, and I am chalking that up to my allergy medicine right now. But this panel was way too beautiful to waste, so I am going with it. And for the second card project, I am adding foam tape to the back of that circle, and I'm going to add that to the front of another A2 size side folding card base. Then I have that thank you sentiment that I mentioned earlier that I stamped using the Build a Garden Alluring Orchid set, and I'm adding that right on top of my circle. This is also a great way to really stretch that panel because we had that entire panel covered. We could trim this into thin strips, but we can also die cut shapes out of it. So it really kind of extends the use of our stenciled background. I love this triad color that I picked, and I can't wait to try some more color variations. Thank you so much for spending time with me today.